Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Michelle Azugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time. And rebroadcast on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
You guys are live.
I know. We know we're live.
They know
we
Not
are.
always doing the technology.
The music.
I know. They understand how,
Michelle.
we have hours before this happens, but before we're like, oh, I know. I put us on. I know we're live.
I think you're connected. Yeah, because I heard the music.
Hang on.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm not.
I heard the music so funny. I was like, what? See,
I did do it last time. I did fix the logo. One once.
Too.
Doing it?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
It's like delayed.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
No,
I don't know why it's doing that, but
I don't either, because I was going to say that not me. I'm not even Bluetoothed. I promise.
always technical. Always
Yeah.
technical.
So there you go.
There's a technical side
Right.
to this
So,
spiritual
You know
side.
what I want to say? We don't have the equipment. But I
Well,
wanted-
we're gonna tell today.
well, I just
Go
thought
ahead.
maybe
Go
we
ahead.
do a little
Go.
shout out when we're talking about technical things. So we applied for a grant from the Affiliated Newsletter Network,
Where we get this book.
where we get this book, which also we're getting books so that we can have them so that you can read along. So we'll also have books for service that they're giving us
Yes.
for sofa time.
So
And
nice.
we're also getting some new equipment. So it's kind of a really cool camera that will actually could turn, could move.
So it's a learning curve. We'll figure
Yeah,
that
well,
out.
so we'll have new technical experiences to mess up.
Dedicated. I'm using my laptop. So it's all
Yeah.
dedicated to.
Just here, because when one of us is using Jim, she has all the technology with her, then I'm blindly trying to figure it out. But I generally have a boy or a child with me.
Thank God they're geniuses.
They
In
are.
that area.
I'm so
They
grateful
save
for
the
that.
day.
Yes. Yes.
But
When I
we're-
allow them
But
to.
we did, yes, but we did get the grant, so just
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank
Yes.
you, Affiliated New
So,
Thought
we're
Network
so grateful for that.
and Affiliated New Thought Network. We're so grateful for that. Everything we do, and supporting us, and we, yes.
Love it.
Shall we ring it? Oh, no, we're not ready to ring in
I know,
yet.
I'm
We have to
thinking-
tell people where we are.
I know, we're here at the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington, and where she does her practice. And multiple times a week. I guess she just had a big program for her next year together. Today, so that's very cool. I was in it.
So you have to be part. See, these are the things you miss out on.
I know.
You have to be
I
part of
know.
the in crowd. What kind of that?
I'm in all the crowd.
You're in all the crowds. That is, you are. You are the girl. Yeah, so that was a
We're all
lot of fun.
interconnected. Just finished my quantum physics course.
That's right.
We're all interconnected, like my brain's all about.
Yes, Michelle is.
Reverend Dr. Mister, are you listening?
Yes, she's got the thesis going. Michelle is working on finishing her doctorate by the end of the week. And
Ministerial credential, and then hopefully my
Yeah.
doctor, yeah.
so, and I did finish my master's and received that. We will both be walking in October at the Affiliated Thought Network conference with the Emerson graduation. So
But she wants to take a break.
I'm going to take just a little break to the end of summer before I start another class.
For her doctorate.
So it might be a minute before I'm Dr. J. But being from Philly, I am going with Dr. J. I am going with it. I'm not even like a basketball fan. Dr. J was a business basketball player, really deserving.
I know that it is a Dr.
There you go. Dr. J. There you go.
Yes,
Look at where we're at.
Welcome back to we're at the home of Dr. Michelle Whittington's practice. Located for those who came in, but those of you who are online and want to join us, you should have come today because it's Reverend Jeannie's birthday month, and we're taking her out for her birthday lunch today.
That's
afterwards.
right.
So you still have time to race over here.
Yes. And if you want, you can meet us at Enchiladas after. We're located at 7220 North 16th Street, building A1, not a steak sauce. You'll know because our ladies are on the front door.
Yeah.
And that is between Northern and Glendale and Phoenix, A5020. So just right off the 51, you can't.
Oh, it's
miss
so
it.
easy to get.
So
here.
easy
Great
to get here.
parking. It's a little bit hot outside.
Right, but we have the AC on in
It's
here.
cool in here today, so
I'm
that's
not melting any longer.
But we'd love to see you in person. We are building a wonderful community here, and you can't get hugs virtually. Well, I guess you can. If we're all interconnected
not the
in the
same.
quantum
It's
field,
not
I
the
can
same.
send you all a hug.
Yeah, and I just want to
And
give
lots of love.
I have to give a shout out to Anne. You're not feeling hugged?
You feeling hugged right now? That's right.
I need to give a shout out to Anne, who is our marketing guru. Wherever we go, whatever we do, Anne is telling people about Sofa Sundays and inviting them to join us. So I love it. I love it always.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I know all of you do that. I know all of you share when you feel called to do so. So we do appreciate any of the help we can get to grow this community because we all benefit when we grow. So it's not just for us, it's for all of us. We want to create something.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Are we ready?
We ding.
We're dinging
All
it.
right. All right, let's take a deep breath. And we're going to let it go. And then we're going to take a shorter deep breath and a longer exhale. We're going to breathe in for 4. And we're going to let out for 5. And when you do that, you allow yourself to be present, to feel safe, to just be in this moment and let everything go. Release anything that's coming before this moment, anything coming after this moment. We let it go, know it will be there when we're done, and we just come into this present time together. Recognizing there's only one energy, one life. There's only spirit. There's only God. There's only the divine. And it is love. It is joy, peace. It's just the beauty we see everywhere. It is the connection we feel between each other, whether we're next to each other or we're far away. It's the only thing happening. We're all one. And each one of us is that one, manifesting in our own unique way that love, that joy, that peace, that connection. And from that place of my truth, I speak my word into the law for this moment, for our time together today. Knowing that as we allow ourselves to stay present, as we allow ourselves to be in this moment, we receive what is ours to receive. We take in the laughter, we take in the ideas, the sharings, the the comments, we take it in to ourselves to deeply knowing that as we open ourselves up to those thoughts and ideas, we also put our unique spin on them and share them outwardly, creating more of what we love, more of what we want to be experiencing. And I'm so grateful for this, grateful for time together. I know it's divinely guided, and as always, it's truly blessed. So I let it go, knowing and trusting that it's already done. Together say,
And so it is. Thank you. Good to get centered. Good to be back in.
And that's a cool
Present
tool
moment.
there, breathing in. Yes.
Can't, I hear the air conditioning.
Okay. We are mic'd.
We are right.
mic'd, so that's my only thing. Can you hear it better if I hold it closer to me?
It's okay.
That's okay.
So no, you can't.
Let me
I
test.
hear the air conditioner and the fan. And
Mm.
You just check something.
That's
Put batteries in here. Let me see.
Not bad. I'm going to get.
How about, ooh, it's very loud, sorry. How about this way? If we talk with this, it's better? Okay. Drew, can I get batteries on this again? Absolutely. And anytime anyone feels like that, please just let us know.
Yeah.
We want you to be able to hear us. We want you to be able to participate. So I don't mind holding a microphone. No problem. Thank you, Drew. What I was saying was that Greg Braden, you can Google it, it's the brain heart coherence meditation. But the way he starts is by taking those breaths
Thank you, sir.
in that certain way because it really grounds you. It allows your body to know that your mind to know that you're safe where you're at. So it allows you to release all these, any worries, any thoughts, whatever, and come into the present moment and then do a brain heart coherence practice. But you can use that for anything. So it's breathing in shorter than breathing out. So if you breathe in for 4 or 5, you'll just breathe out for 6 and 7. So it calms your system down and lets your system know you're in a safe place. And you can go ahead and meditate freely. It's a really cool practice. Plus, if you're having one of those moments in your life where it's not a good moment or you're frustrated or whatever, it will calm that down too. It will bring you back to the present where you can actually deal with it in what's happening. So breathing techniques are so important.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you. So you have your card. I am a mighty power of peace in my world. Say that 3 times fast.
I am a mighty
moving power of peace in my world. Come on.
I'm a mighty moving power of
Peace in my world. Thank you. I love
that mightiness.
that one. I'm just a fan of this reading.
Fangirl.
I'm a fangirl of this reading. So we are on page 140 if you have your book. Again, the Affiliated New Thought Network. New Thoughts for Today book. We will have them soon for all to enjoy. This is called Peace, to go along with our topic of peace. Okay. Peace. Inner peace is never born of outside conditions. It comes when we have harmonized our thoughts, feelings, and actions with the innermost core of our being, the oversoul, the divine within. Carlton Whitehead created meditation. One infinite spirit, the perfect prototype of peace, is in every particle of the universe. This divine model is the spiritual source for the quality of peace in my own mind. The co-location aspect of peace brings about a harmony that is undiminishable in my human form. I am enveloped in the synchronicity of peace. My soul is aligned with this truth. I am a mighty moving power of peace in my world. I am calm, empowered, and possess the freedom of sincerity.
Outside conditions are not a reality to my spirit. I have an inner harmony of my thoughts, feelings, and actions intertwined into a spiritual truth for me to draw upon whenever necessary. Me, at the core of my being, is the seed of peace that thrives and blossoms out of a divinity to my being that brings a serene feeling of wellness to every cell of my body. Now it is possible for me to find peace, and it is apparent to all the people I meet in my world. I share my attitude for peace with everyone who wishes to accept it. I relax and embrace the feeling with gratitude for the manifestation. I rejoice that all is well, and I let it be my way. I am a mighty moving power of peace in my world. Reverend Dr. Celeste Perkin, Religious Science, Boca Raton, Florida.
It is lovely. I love it.
It is so
Thank you,
lovely.
Reverend Dr.
So lovely. I mean, I'm a fan. This one is probably going to stay on my affirmation section of my mirror. Sometimes it's hard to see in my mirror because there's so many things sitting there. I'm like, well, I'm trying to put the makeup on. Oh yeah, I am a mighty moving power of peace in my world. It is so good to have that kind of affirmation when sometimes the world might have different mighty moving powers or appearances of that.
Right. Right. And when we are at peace, when we are being that mighty moving power of peace, we are present. We're in this moment where we can actually manifest and affect change to those things that we don't like how they're appearing. That's where our power comes from. It's in our present moment, and we know we're present if we are peaceful. That's what we need to kind of self-check. How am I feeling? Do I need to do those breaths? I need to take some Greg Braden breathing things going on because I'm not feeling like that. But that's where we want to be creating it from, is that peaceful place within us. And it's true. It's not going to be out here somewhere. It's not going to be, Sue's not going to give it to me. She would try. I know she would. I know you would try. If True's like the best kid in the world, he does everything just perfect, right? He doesn't try to bother me at all. It still doesn't matter. And even if he's but even if he chose to not mind me and think it would upset me, whatever, that's still not his fault. It's all coming from inside of me. I'm responsible for that, and that's a big part of my work is to cultivate and maintain that peace within myself. So that's what I am affecting my world around me, my experience around me. I don't like something true. I've had big conversations about this, quite honestly. I don't know if you're going to share today, but we've had big conversations about what he's seeing in the world that's scaring him. And I remember being a kid and seeing some of those things. Adults feel pretty powerless.
Yes.
A child, I can't even imagine thinking, well, the things keep, I think even said, if things keep going how they're going, we're going to have World War III. And I said, or we can affect that change. That is our work to do. And even in the book I just recently read in Isaiah, so Reverend Dr. Missy, if you're listening, you can add this to my responses on my exams. No, just on her paper. I'm just kidding. But he talks about how there's a code from the Bible. There's this Bible code that they can run through. But he talks about how multiple times throughout the Bible, in that coding, it says it will predict what a future could look like if we stay on a present course. And then afterwards it says, will you change it? Will you change it? Over and over again, will you change it? Which says we all know this, we have the power to change it. It may be across the world something's going on, or maybe you don't like how, this is happening over here, but you have the power to change those futures, change the trajectory of where we're going from within. We do have that. So I told you have a superpower right inside you. You are that superpower. You don't like it. You don't just have to say, well, I guess that's just what's going to happen. I guess it's just going to be that. Like, no, you go, no, I'm not having that. You work on yourself. You keep the peace in here. You keep what you want to see out there in here, and you cultivate that, and that's what you
That's what
bless
you
out
bring
in the world. And
to
you look
your
for
world.
that everywhere that you see it. And the more of us that do that, the more of us that join together and do that, because everything is connected. It's all one thing. We will have what we really want to see. We'll have the future we want to see.
And I am so grateful that the world is waking up, right? I know that there are times, and they don't show that on the news, right? The enlightened people that are saying, I'm going to prayer, I'm going to sit in meditation, I am going to be the mighty moving power of peace in my world, right? That doesn't bring about ratings. That's the thing. So, like you said, it's our work to do inside of ourselves. I recently lost my peace. I did.
You're just so honest.
I am. My cat did something that cats do in a place that was not where cats should. And it was early in the morning, and I lost my peace. And I yelled at my cat a little bit loudly. And my partner just stayed in bed, like, oh, you're in trouble. I'm staying out of the way, right?
No, you
And
down.
I just, afterwards, I was like, oh, maybe I allow that to drive me in such a way, right? And I can give you all the excuses. I just woke up, I had a fitful dream, I was hot flashing, whatever, right? The thing is
There's always
that
so many
there's
excuses.
always excuses for losing your peace. Yeah, you can always find an excuse for losing your peace. And Rhoda then said to me, "Are you okay?" And I go, "I am now." Because just because you lose your peace doesn't mean the whole day has to be peaceless, right? It doesn't have to be a peaceless day. You can regain that,
Right.
That again, your superpower is choice. Always at choice, and I chose to put that back in it. I did apologize to my cat, just so you know. She was not having any of it, but I did apologize.
But what would you say was your excuse for keeping the peace, for bringing back the peace? What was your excuse for that? Like, we always have the excuse for our behavior or
Right.
for our bad choices. The good that we or we did choose. What's
Right.
our excuse for that? Maybe we keep that top of mind. And what would you say is your excuse for
I'm pretty selfish. I like to feel good. Anybody else here like to feel good? All right.
yeah,
I like to feel good, and when I lose my peace, I don't feel good. So yeah, the piece was I wanted to feel good, feeling inside of me. And animals feel it too. They know.
They give you the
Yeah.
side eye, like,
Yeah, slap their tail at you. Yeah, you get a little bit.
Ozzy does that to me every day. It's like jumping around. When Ozzy's trying to jump around on my bed and bite me, he'll look at me like this, and and I'll be like, wait, no. Start biting me. Dude,
so he's making choices for not peace.
yeah, every time he looks at me like that, I know he's about to jump on me and stuff. You see, look at me sideways, and he'll start walking around a bit. I'll be like, wait, then he'll run at me.
So his excuse is that he's a puppy.
Right. And he's a proper hot puppy.
That's right. He's a French bulldog, and that should say enough right there. So we have to talk to him about what's your excuse for being peaceful.
I love that. What's your excuse for being peaceful? Who's got an excuse to be peaceful?
no, what would be yours? I'd like to know yours. No, grab mine. There you go.
What's your excuse for being
So
peaceful?
even in the story I just told about your worries about the world, what would be an excuse for you to be peaceful, to work on peace inside your heart?
I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe it's something will happen and you figure out.
I'm bigger than the chaos.
Mm.
I don't want to be miserable.
Yay for selfish! Woohoo! That's me. I don't want to be miserable.
Amy had her hand up.
Because I'm here and I'm still breathing.
Mm.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Oh, you got one.
I don't need to add more stress to an already stressful situation.
Ooh,
There you go.
yes. I want to be the peace, right? I want to be the one that brings it in, right? What do you think?
I'm not gonna think about it on the spot.
That's okay. Yeah.
If it comes to you, if something comes, you can always raise your hand. My excuse is that I want to be a part of cultivating a harmonious world. I want to use my power for good, not for not good. Like I want to use. I have a power. I know that I have that.
Right.
And every time I use it, I'm making a choice. Which way am I going to use it? And if I'm not mindful, then I could get run away. I recently had a situation where there was something that happened and it triggered somebody that I love to respond in a way that was in a negative way. And it was upsetting. It was warranted. So it was very easy for me to kind of follow that along, right? Because it was so close to home that I wasn't in my mindful. It was, like a friend or somebody else I might have paid or a client, I would have been over here going, okay, so let's think about this, see how we're responding. That's the word. But instead, I went with it for a little bit until I recognized that it was to the point where I was myself going to lose it. It was a lot of fear. So, as I had this practice, and I am who I am, I just immediately closed my eyes and went into a treatment for myself and for the other person. And I treated for holding on to what I know to be true. Holding on to what I know to be true in this whole situation for everybody involved. And that, I think, it helped me to know what to say next. Because when you're in peace, you know the next thing to do. Because when I first went into that prayer, I was like, I'm not equipped for this. Like, this isn't in my wheelhouse. I don't know how to speak to this person and how to move this around. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm afraid to say anything that would make it get worse. So that's when I went to prayer. And but it's so funny how as soon as I got myself centered in the present moment, I knew what to say. And I knew how to move. And that's because where our power is. That's where our superpower is.
When I was saying that because I'm alive and I'm breathing, what I really meant to say was I want to be in a better space in honor of those who aren't here. Didn't have the capacity to stick out and figure it out and look for brighter ways. And then leaning into that is not healthier for me. If I'm not, I'm hurting. If I'm going the other way.
Right. And not that being in peace doesn't mean you're not hurting.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you don't feel what's going on. Because I certainly in that treatment, I still recognized mine. But I get inside and hold that space. What you know is the truth. As whatever it looks like out here, you know there's only one thing going on. And it's God. And it has to work out for the good. It has to move. So sometimes the thing we want to create over here, that's not sometimes the good. That sometimes we think that something negative happening can't be a part of that.
Mm.
But it very well can be the very thing that pushes you to go do this, to get you on the path to hit that target, right? I mean, and some things that I would have claimed is not what I wanted to happen, we wouldn't be on a school like this. We probably would still be getting our ministerial stuff and doing that. We would have just been doing it in a different way. Go ahead, you got your thing. Go ahead.
My excuse to be peaceful is I don't want the other party or person or animal that I'm talking to feel like hurt by something I say because I'm mad at them and stuff. So I try to be kind. Like sometimes you might pee on my bed, pee somewhere, make me have to clean it up, and I'll be like, I don't want you to be hurt, so just don't do that again, please. And I'll put them somewhere, and I'll be like, I'll like take my anger out sometimes. Because I don't want Ozzy to be like, you know, me. You know what I do? You don't know.
Right.
That is.
That is, and I wish I
love
had
that.
had that thought process when I lost my peace.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want anybody in my sphere of influence, whether it's my cat, my partner, my friends, my colleagues, my community, whatever. I don't want anybody to ever feel harmed by my energy, by something that comes out of my mouth. And I'm not perfect. It does happen. Joe and I beforehand were talking about, Aunt gave me a birthday card and said I had a wacky sense of humor. And Drew says, well, I guess we all do because we laugh at you.
Oh, that's so wow. Oh my gosh, I love it.
And I was like, well, not all people laugh at me. Right?
They don't.
Yeah, because I tend to try out my humor on people I live with, and there's only one. And it doesn't always fly. It's not always as funny outside of my head. And but I try. There's the thing. And it's like I never want my humor or my conversation or my advice or my anything to bring harm to another. And sometimes I miss the mark.
Because we are having a human experience.
We are, and I'm doing a darn good job at it. I am having this human experience all over the place. Yeah, I am so human experience. I really am. I'm so human.
Sometimes it helps to reframe what you're going through also. For example, occasionally my cats will get into what I think of as a fight. But I had some company over one time where they were doing this fighting, and my friend said, oh, look, they're playing. So now I look at it and say, oh, look, they're playing. And that it helps to reframe it to let them be what they are.
Exactly. Well, so yes. So when you're working on being a mighty, moving power of peace in your world, that's how it's done. You got to start within yourself. It's not going to come from out there, and you have to get to a place. Not have to, but I think you have to work or try. No, we're not going to do try. We're gonna
There's
work
no
on.
try.
Yeah.
There's only do.
Because you're giving your power to other people, or other things, or animals, right? When you get upset, or they're allowed to trigger you, and now you're running down with the person that I had that situation with. This person, like you give all your power to this other person that has no significance in your life at all, but this person gets to have all that power to completely derail you and me. I didn't know this other person, but it can do that. And it's so interesting, like, and that's like part of this. And then afterwards, when all things get resolved, everybody's fine or whatever, you start to think like, why did I let that happen? And then you get like that shame, and you're upset at yourself. No, there's no shame. There's no shame. We're not doing shame. We're not doing being upset with ourselves. We're doing awareness with ourselves. Why did that occur? What in that triggered me to completely forget every single thing I know to be true? Or every single thing I have gratitude, or it's going great in my life, and this one little thing, now I'm just off the rails because of this. Why? What was that? That's what you do. Don't get upset with yourself or have any shame for how you behave. You're having a human experience. But be aware. Have awareness, because we don't want to do that again, or have somebody else be able to do that again.
It reminds me of the thing you sent me on Instagram.
That's what I sent you so many
I know
times.
she's one of them. I'm just saying. I am. But it's like, between birth and death, and you cannot learn, or you can choose to learn, and it's a. I love that one. That was awesome.
I usually find it a lot easier to give people around me grace for their humanity than I give to myself. And so it's always a good reminder that when well, not that I think I'm perfect, but when I operate in a way that I think is so imperfect, that I get to have my humanity too.
Yes.
And I think in my past, I trained people around me to believe I didn't have any needs, so there was no grace for me.
Yes, and the thing I think I'm learning. So I'm taking my last couple of ministerial classes, and the last two that I just finished were on quantum physics and how all that relates and kind of proves what we believe. But one thing I feel like, on the surface level, I know what we believe and all this kind of stuff. It was really cool to see the scientific backing. But what that really did for me was it caused me to really have grace for myself and how I'm showing up and things I'm doing and everybody else, because we're all one. We're all connected. And the vibrations I send out is affecting everything, and so are the ones coming from you, and what I choose to focus on, and how I choose to perceive that, and what words I choose to give it. Is that good or bad? All of this stuff happening, but I'm still having that experience, and I'm still growing, and I'm still learning. So it's like to go, wow, that's a lot. I need to have some grace as I move through here, and so does everyone else. I've not done this life experience before, so
That I know of.
I'm figuring this particular one, I think I've only done it this one time. I don't know. There are people who think like you can do the same one again. I'm like, why? What?
Why would you?
What am I doing? Except for some of my, this has been really good. But anyway, but one thing I do want to clarify, I do think you are both perfect. You guys, we are all perfect. We are perfect. But our human experience, at the core, we are perfect, whole, and complete. We are all there is. We tend to forget that. We move differently than naturally. But we are perfect.
Yes.
We're already got everything we need going on. We just forget, or we just let other things trigger us, and we move from over here into them right here.
I have so enjoyed this month of peace because it's kept it at the forefront of my mind. Even that morning, I was really aware. I very rarely get phone calls during the time period. Most people know. I usually, when it's my family that calls during Sofa Sundays, I'm like, even, I'm in church. But, because, they're still working through the whole thing that I'm the minister. So,
Testing it.
they're still testing
I
it.
call her right now. Yes, she wants it.
Having peace at the forefront of my mind this month, and wait till next month's topic. Okay.
So good.
Yeah, goes right.
And it's perfect. Manifesting peace.
Right. And
I'm
then
telling you.
da,
I'm
da,
telling you
da,
about that.
da, da, da.
I know.
Peace has allowed me, like when you were doing our opening prayer, the invocation, like just having that moment, that breath, that space in between thoughts allows me to continue, right? To breathe forward and move forward versus being stuck in, which I can, it has happened, stuck in the trigger, whatever it might be. And now, take a breath. And now let's move. And what does that bring me? Like when you were saying, well, what's that excuse for peace? And really, I want to feel good. I always want to feel good. I want to feel good even when I'm experiencing, that's going to be controversial, negative emotions. Like I want to feel as if they are flowing through me, that they are not stuck, that my grief is not stuck, that my anger is not stuck, that my sadness is not stuck. I want to feel my emotions.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not going to say there.
That's right. Because this too will pass.
Yeah, always.
It will pass. So I want to have that experience and I want to feel good in doing it, and have to be peaceful for it.
I love that. I love what you just said there. But yes, it is I think having this be the topic this month, I was reading the Isaiah effect and there's a big piece about peace in there, which is why I wanted to do this, because I just, it was such a profound realization around how important it is to stay in your peace, especially for manifesting, which we had just done the month before, right? Talking about manifesting and being peaceful and manifesting from the present moment. Well, if you're peaceful, you are in it. And to use those negative emotions, those negative things that happen or come up as awarenesses, as noticing these little places that are in you somewhere that have gotten a pin stuck in them, and they're getting triggered, and you're just right back there. Like, that's some work to be done. I think you look at it as, oh, thank you for letting me know that I'm still defaulting to that, when I don't want to show up like that, because I don't want to yell at my cat or my person, or I don't want to be terrified about something that's out of my control. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be at peace. I want to know that Source has me. I'm not worried about this out here, because I know what's going on in here. I know the truth of who I am. See, now I can talk it, but can I live it?
Right.
Every day? Can I live it when those moments come? And I will say, it's okay if you start to run with it, but hopefully at some point you go, wait a minute, I'm not doing that. That's what you did. Wait a minute, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I want to do this, and then you pull it back, and you apologize. That's where the grace comes in.
I just was in my mind brought to my class with Reverend Dr. Michelle. And one of the things in addressing the saboteurs that she talks about is having a statement when that saboteur comes up. So,
So explain that real quick, because some people don't know the saboteur language.
Well, a saboteur is anything that's coming in to take your peace, right? Right. So I'll make that one easy. We have our judges, I have like a little control freak in there, a voider.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
Avoider, people
pleaser, high achiever. There's a lot of different that come in and try to steal your peace. And so it's good to have a statement you can say. And one of the good ones that she likes is "Not today, Satan." And while I'm not a Satan believer, I do like that statement. I also, for me, I have one that's a little more colorful, but since this is a family program, we will keep it, geograte it. And it's like, thank you for sharing. Please don't care so much. Something along that line.
Be gone. You have no power here.
Be gone. You have no power here. So having a statement to say when that happens, because you're right, shame comes up after we behave in a way that is not congruent with our values. And they were like, oh, I'm wrong. I'm bad. We do that I'm not worthy thing. And then if we can have that statement that says, be gone, you have no power here. Not today, Satan.
I wish you could get rid of the shame thing. I hate that.
I'm not a fan of shame either.
How do you learn and grow if you don't make some mistake? Like, come on.
It is.
So it's awful that you persecute yourself for that. Like, you have to own it. You have to go make amends wherever. If there's a place you have to do that, you have to step it up and go do that. But there shouldn't be like.
I want to put True on the spot here for a second. Sorry. So True, as somebody who is in Gen Z, has shame been a big part of your life? Do you feel a lot of shame over mistakes and stuff?
I feel bad about something. I feel bad that I did that.
But it's more than
But it's
feeling
like I'm
bad.
feeling bad.
It's like I'm
Like
not
I'm a
worthy
horrible
because I
person,
did it.
or nobody likes me.
Sometimes, yeah. I like school. I might make a mistake with my friends or something. I'll be like, oh, it's true. I didn't know that. That's so embarrassing. And like, sometimes I'll like get mad at Lyric, and I'll be like, and I'll go in my room, and I'll be like, shoot, why did I do that? And I'll like walk back, and I'll be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I just didn't know that, like, I didn't want to like say it like that and stuff. So yeah, it has been a big part every time. Like, it's like if you do something embarrassing in front of someone like your friend or your family, it's really like, oh God, why did I do that? Like, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that in like this day and age. If you make like a single mistake, you're always going to be like, shoot, why would I do that? That's so embarrassing. What are they thinking? And so like, yeah.
Love outside worries.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Outside. Thank you, True.
Thank you, True.
That was awesome. I've heard it said that guilt is about what you do, shame is about who you are.
Mm.
And it's insidious because when we feel that, we can't identify it because it's hidden by its very nature, right?
Yeah.
It's underneath all of those layers of judgments that have come our way from ourselves, from our parents, from society. And so you have to figure it out. It's like, well, I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I'm not glad, I'm not, what it must be. But if I feel crappy, I know that it's shame coming up, it's being triggered, and I just have to remember that I'm whole and complete. And somebody else's opinion of me is, not my business.
That's right. And some grace. And some grace, like pepper some grace in there, like, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace.
Yeah, that's one of my needs.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
And grace to the other person too. Grace if you feel that way because of something with somebody else, like grace to them. Just grace. They're working through it too. They got their own triggers. They got their own stuff. And it has nothing to do with you. That's the biggest thing. It has nothing to do with you, but your stuff has everything to do with you and actually nothing really to do with them.
Right.
Yes, I know, but I know we hate that, but at the same time, that awareness is powerful because it takes some of those chains away that we can shackle ourselves up with when those things happen. And we recognize that, oh, it's not you that makes me mad. I'm mad because I didn't do something or I didn't honor myself or something, and I can change that. I can do something about that. Now I'm empowered. Now I'm in a different place. If I can be aware and I can think that way through, come through it, that will bring you back to that peace. But when you think it's out here and it's someone else's responsibility and someone else's or the world or whatever, I don't see how you can stay peaceful in that state of mind thinking that way because it's not in your control. I can't. It's just such a variable. I can't grasp on anything when that's going on.
That is so true. All right, so what have we learned today, folks? Boys and girls, what did we learn today?
We're in charge of our peace.
We're in charge of our peace. I am a mighty moving power of peace in my world. I do. I really do.
I think you should, one of these peace cards, whichever one speaks to you, like this one really speaks to Jeannie, whichever one speaks to you, I think you should keep it in somewhere where you see it every day and keep this stuff top of mind. This particular topic top of mind because I think it affects everything else.
I do too. And if you don't have one, get yourself a not today's Satan statement. Get yourself something that tells that voice that says you're not good enough, you made a mistake, so now you should be beating yourself up, that nobody likes you, nobody wants you, whatever it is that your little inner saboteurs say to you. Get a thank you for sharing statement and keep it to yourself.
Right. I had one of them. And you're the a lot of Christians will say, "Get thee behind me, get behind me."
Yeah.
Like, get behind me. I'm not talking. I'm not. Well, and that one can work, but I usually like to say like, "Oh, thank you. I didn't realize you felt that way. Thank you so much." That's because I'm still taking it as an awareness for myself. So when that starts to bubble up, I'll be like, "What's that? What are we upset about? What is it?" Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I've got it though.
Right.
I've got it. But I appreciate you letting me know there's concern there or you're upset about something. I totally understand. But I've got it.
Just something so take your power back. I have a meditation.
What's that?
Yes. I have a meditation that it's not original, I'm just gonna say. It's from the Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes.
So silly.
And well, it's not originally mine, though I have already recorded it today, and it is on Facebook Reels and Instagram. So
She spoils all you guys.
right, so I just
Spoil everybody.
so it's already been recorded this morning. I found this, and I just thought it was amazing for
What book is it
everybody.
again?
This is
I know
Living
you
the
told us on
Science of
before.
Mind.
She's
I
loving
love-
this book, by
I
the way. I
do
haven't
love
read
this
it, but
book.
she's loving this. So in case
I
you want
really
a new
do.
book.
This is one of my favorites because they're just short little chapters on different things that, and you can tell I'm not quite read it that well yet because it doesn't look like this. So I'm just dipping my toe in. All right, so if you feel comfortable, I'd like you to close your eyes. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, please feel free. And have yourself seated in a way that allows the energy to flow through you. So whatever that feels good to you as. So yeah, if you don't want to cross, that's fine. All right, so I know there is a power for good, which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment, to my happiness, to my peace, to my health, and to my success. I know there is a power for good that enables me to help others and to bless the whole world. So now I say quietly to myself, there is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. It is flowing through me, circulating in me. I am one with its rhythm. My heart beats with the pulsation of the universe. In serenity, in peace, and in joy. My whole physical being is animated by the divine spirit. And if there is anything in that that does not belong, it is cast out because there is one perfect life in me now. And I say to myself, I am daily guided so that I shall know what to do under every circumstance, in every situation. Divine intelligence guides me in love, in joy, and in complete self-expression. Desiring that the law of good alone shall control me, I bless and prosper everything I am doing. I multiply every activity. I accept and expect happiness and complete success. I accept and expect happiness and complete success. Realizing that I am one with all people, I affirm that there is a silent power flowing through me and them, which blesses and heals and prospers, makes happy and glad their pathway. And realizing that the world is made up of people like myself, I bless the world and affirm that it shall come under the divine government of good. I bless the world and affirm that it shall come under the divine government of good, under the divine providence of love, and under the divine leadership of the supreme intelligence. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. And so it is.
Love that. I love it. And then, so you put that on Facebook.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Instagram? Can you put on
It
Instagram?
is. I think I can move it to Instagram. It is on my personal one,
Oh, no,
so
put
I
it on
can
Sofa
move it on to
Sundays.
Sofa Sundays. Yeah.
Yes, good. That would be perfect. That way you guys can do it every day.
Right. You can hear my
Start your
voice.
day off right.
Start your day off right.
with Reverend Jean Song.
There you go. That should be something.
Any comments? How you guys feeling? Anything coming up?
Are we at peace? Feeling peaceful?
I know, we feel peaceful.
Yay, I'm feeling pretty peaceful.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Really good.
Awesome. So is that our prayer out?
That is our prayer out.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I love it. Well, I'm so glad everyone's here today. This is a good little crowd. Are you all going to lunch with us for Jeannie's birthday?
Yeah, yeah. We're going to enchiladas.
Yeah, keep that basket of chips
Yeah.
away from me.
We love
I wanna
our
eat
chips.
that whole
They're the
thing.
best chips in Phoenix. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so good. All right, well, we would love some more Spiritual Church Club partners. So if
And
you,
we support you.
Oh,
thanks for
thank you.
asking.
So if you would like to become a Spiritual Church Club partner and support us, it's just $45 a month for individuals, $75 for a couple or family. And you can do that very easily on our website, which is beginwithinministries.com. And there's just a place there where you can fill out a donation. So you can do a one-time donation, or you can become the monthly partner. And that is at the $45 or $75 level. And then you get things like our mug. You get things like our Sofa Sundays charm that we have. You get the and then you get your name tag.
Michelle can never find.
I know. And you also get your cards. So the best part about it is being a part of this community, helping us grow, helping us to have a larger community so that we all can benefit from that. So we invite you to do that. The regular donations always help too if that's where you're at. We appreciate that. But also, if you can't, whether you can do the donation or not, liking us on social media posts, sharing it with your friends, inviting visitors, those are other ways to help.
Absolutely.
That are very important.
Absolutely. And they help so much get the word out. You too can be a marketing guru for Sofa Sundays.
We need those.
We
Yes.
need them, and we're so grateful.
Yeah,
all
be
the
like
time
Ann.
for it. Be like Ann. That's right. Be like Ann.
Be like Ann.
I
Talk
love
about
that.
Sofa Sunday.
Talk about Sofa
Everywhere you
Sundays.
go.
We're so
Yes.
grateful for
There's a
all
lot of
you.
people who, when they find out about it, they go, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for a place."
Right.
So there's a lot of people who are looking for a place right now, and they just don't know that we're here, that they can be a part of us. So let them know. It's very simple.
It is. It's simple. It's wonderful. It's perfect, and it's peaceful.
All right, everyone.
We will see you. I won't see you next week. I'm on vacation.
I have a special guest.
She has a guest, so we'll see you next time. Bye.
Lunch for this too.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.